Hi Pisces, this is Tarot by Tess, and I've done your love reading for March of 2017. It seems to be continuing on from February's reading, okay? I've been up since 1:30 and it's still early in the morning. It's before 5 a.m. So I have my coffee and sorry if you hear me swallowing. I want to drink it before it gets cold. Alright, so let's start with your first card. You have Temperance in reverse, which tells me that you're imbalanced. Something could have been too hasty or the exact opposite. You know, you're having some stagnation. And I think this is with your emotions, okay, because the water is going between. Normally this is keeping your balance with emotions. Here you're not having it right now. To clarify that, I got the Strength upright. And your strength is that you're usually a little bit more balanced, but you're not now. And you want to be this strong person. What you're going to do, or what you need to do, is to step up to the situation when other people would quit. You know, this is saying don't give up. Okay, be like a Leo and don't give up. It could be if this is a love relationship. With this 8 here, you need more balance. And here we have imbalance, obviously. But this says that this partner who's taming the lion, this partner in your relationship is more powerful in the relationship. There's some kind of like an imbalance of power. Or you could just be overwhelmed by somebody you've been in a relationship with, or some event that's happened. Like the event may be stronger than you and you need to step up. It could be your imbalance because you're not with this person anymore and they were like your rock. They were your strength and you're trying to figure out what to do without them. But it says challenge yourself so you can master the circumstance. Okay. Further clarifying that with the romance card, we got love yourself in reverse. So it seems as if you're not loving yourself right now. That could be what the imbalance is from. Or it could be you're imbalanced because something else has happened and you're not loving yourself right now. You've got too much going on. So, I mean, it just says here, you'll be more romantically attractive, but I don't think this is necessarily just you want to be romantically attractive. I think this is just saying love yourself, okay? And you're not right now. And that's a way to fix it, as well as stepping up to the plate. The next card is the 8 of Wands in reverse. He just talks about a swift message. It could be an offer of love for some of you out there. This is just something happening swiftly. Good news coming in here. We have bad news. Or if it is good news, it's just taking its sweet time to get to you, okay? But I really think this is some kind of bad news. And it seems as if you're already just having a hard time, and it's because of the bad news, or you're going to get more bad news. Yeah, that's what I see. And it's something you're passionate about because we have a lot of wands here. And 8 talks about cycles, if you think about that. Temperance is talking about the stagnation of a cycle. And here we have the cycle needs to be continued, okay? That is not happening right now. And then 8 talks about cycles, and here it's in reverse, so there's a stagnation of a cycle. Something's not over yet, or it is over, and you're not able to move on from it. Clarify that. We got Judgment upright. So this is like a decision has been made. You know, maybe you want something to be resurrected, but it's just dead right now. Or it could be that somebody actually like had their judgment day. They've the bad news is somebody maybe passed away. Or it could just be as a relationship for some people that the decision's been made. You guys aren't together. It's bad news, okay? And the thing is, with the Romance Angel Oracle card, you have romantic feelings for this person. But you're not able to be with them, okay? This is like final decision. Like, there's nothing after Judgment Day. I mean, once that decision's made, it's final. That's why I think of death, because death is final. I mean, I believe in an afterlife, obviously, as a Christian tarot reader. However, like, on Judgment Day, like, there's no backpedaling kind of a thing, okay? Sorry. All right, so also with Judgment, this talks about recovery. You need to recover from some maybe possible romantic feelings that weren't returned, and you got bad news about it. Or just recovering from a death, possibly of a spouse, but a partner. And see, that was in your last reading, too. It could have been a partner, just a separation, or it could have been actual death separation. This says it's like the final cleansing of a relationship. Okay? And then from this, you're going to be transformed. You're going to be resurrected in a new way. You're going to be like a new person. Because this is like this bad news is just like kind of life altering, okay? At least it feels that way. And you're going to have more clarity. You're going to recover. You're just going to be rebirthed, okay? Because, when you die, you're rebirthed, you get a new body, that type of thing. The next card you got was the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, which says, downturn of luck. Sorry about it, Your wishes aren't really being granted right now. You have to accept a bad situation, represented by the Eight of Wands in reverse. And just kind of try to make what you can positive out of it. Because then, the more positivity you can find, the more it's going to turn right back to where you're on top again. Okay. But just like your love life's dark right now, you're trying to get to know yourself now that you had a change. And Judgment says, you're going to be reborn. You're going to get a new self. Because things are out of control. You no longer have your soulmate, or you no longer have your partner. And this also says your partner is not going to renew you. So I think that means you don't have a partner. If you do, they're not going to be the one for you. With Judgment, this says the change of event that's happening is going to be absolute. It's final, okay? And we did mention that. So if you've broken up, it's not coming back. If they've died, they're obviously not coming back. So I think this can really talk about death. It's finite, nothing else. Just like stagnation. Like you're not moving on. This is also a cycle as well, so it's a really unlucky time, and you're resistant to change. You probably don't want to go on. Like, that's the moving on. You're thinking, if somebody did die, like, how could I possibly go on? It's a saying that you don't want to, but to make the wheel turn back, you're going to need to, for yourself. You're going to be reborn. You're not going to move on as your current self. You're going to move on as a different person. Okay. Then we got the Chariot in reverse, and this is my card. Okay. So when I see Chariot, I see progress is not being made. There's a defeat that's gone on, whether it's death or just a lost relationship. You feel like you can't make it on your own. You don't want to be free from a relationship. This means long distance love. But here I see like very long distance love. Okay, like it's so far removed from you that you're not ever going to see them. I think you want somebody to come and save you. And there could be some fear of not being good enough. And it says you need to love yourself. And we got that you're not loving yourself right now. This says you're not loving yourself, but you need to. Because if you love yourself, you will move on. Here we have reconciliation. I thought, what? And I think this isn't talking about a love interest, okay? because cards can use whatever. This just happens to be a romance deck. Some of you probably want to reconcile, and that's what this is talking about. But I don't see it happening. Like, we have finite decisions. Like, it's final. But you see how they're kind of in the clouds here? And what do people think of when they think of heaven? They think, oh, we're going to sit on clouds all day and, play with rainbows. Okay? And you notice if you look at her, how she's wearing all white and she's very pale compared to him. Almost like she's dead. I think this is saying, despite all this happened, you're going to be reconciled one day. Like in heaven. Okay? But also, you may be reconciling with yourself. Like, you're going to have to come to a decision with yourself. Next, you had 2 cards pop out. You have the 7 of Wands, which tells me you feel like you don't have a leg to stand on. You don't know where you stand. Your world's been turned upside down, because the Wheel of Fortune and the world are very similar. So it's not just your luck that's bad. It's just like your world's been flipped upside down. It's like a life-changing event. Even if it's just a relationship separation, it's a big deal for you. So here, he has on those different shoes. He doesn't know where he stands. He doesn't have good footing. And you've been battling, you've been struggling, and you want to give up. This says to persevere. And keep pushing, because you're close. Okay, you're close. You're going to make it. And the reason why you want to give up, because you've been separated from a union. Okay, this represents marriage to me, like the union of something. So you've been separated, possibly by death. Okay, and you really wanted this. You wanted it to continue, and it's gone. It's not coming back. Thought I took some notes on the 2 of Cups. Let me see real quick, just in case there's something I left out. Well, I don't see anything, but yeah, you're no longer connected to this partner. So to clarify that, to clarify that, we got the Romance Angel, which says wedding in reverse. So you're not getting married. And here, this tells me marriage too, and we have 2 marriage cards in reverse. So you're getting a divorce, and some people believe, that the only way to really be separated from a spouse is through death. So I see divorce and death and just a separation in general, because you may not have even been married. And if you weren't married, you're not going to get married. So, and here, you're struggling just to stay on top of this hill, like to stay on top of things. Like, if you were on the top of this wheel, it's turned over, and you're struggling to stay on top. He's trying to keep his footing, but he really can't. He's trying to stay on top, and he can't. He's real struggling. And clarifying that, I got the 8 of Cups in reverse. So this tells me somebody left, like, suddenly. And you don't feel like going on a quest for love. Like, you're not seeking that right now. That's not even on the cards for you, because what you've lost was really dear to you. If it wasn't by death, then somebody kind of left you sneakily. They just left in the middle of the night. Or at least it felt that way. Then I got very soon. I was like, clearly decide what you want so it comes to you. But I think the main message is the top. That's what most of yours are. The top message is what applies and the bottom isn't. So very soon, something needs to happen. Or something will happen. And we got separation. So if you haven't already separated, this is saying you will. And then you start at the beginning and go this way. But from your last reading, it was already saying that you were going to be separated or you had. So you're getting the same reading from February. So some of you still haven't had it yet. And those of you who had, it's continuing. And the only advice I see so far is to love yourself. And that's something positive you can do to turn the wheel of fortune in your direction. You know, step up to the plate. Okay. You want to reconcile, but you're not going to, at least not until heaven. So let's pull some advice. Yeah, I do see you're going to be reborn. Okay. Possibly having new love, like a reborn heart, but that would be stretching it. And it could be a Cancer you lost, because Cancer's card's in reverse. Then again, so is Temperance. And that is Taurus? No. Sagittarius. Yeah, not Sagittarius. But I mean, if maybe I said Taurus because some of you did lose a Taurus and it just needed to be said. So if that was you, there you go. What can we get for advice for these Pisceans? Four of Wands in reverse. Okay. So with Four of Wands, I see a lack of stability. And again, I see the end of a union or the end of a marriage. There's no celebrating going on. That's not advice. All right. Let me see if I took any notes on that. I don't usually pull that card up in reverse, so I don't think I took any. I think I took notes on the Four of Swords. Okay, that's not here. I keep notes by my side in case I just draw a blank and nothing's coming, but let's clarify that one. King of Wands upright? Okay. King of Wands. So I see somebody's of noble character. We have a lot of fire energy going on over here. And it could be a fire sign you lost. Yeah, if it's a Sagittarius, maybe you lost a Sagittarius. I really don't see how Pisceans and Sagittarians go well together. That could be why it's not worked out. But if you actually lost someone to death, I can see that. Yeah, I can see like this angel wings are red, and then here we have the fire sign in reverse with the Two of Cups. And it's a lion, so I mean it could be Leo, but I think it just represents fire, and the wings also represent love. But with King of Wands, he's an entrepreneurial spirit. This is like saying go out there and take a leap of faith. You see his hands kind of on his hip, like he's about to get up, you know, saying don't just sit there. Pretty much move. But also with the salamanders on his robe and down here and up on his throne, again with the lion, we have the fire sign. I see that you're going to be transformed. And it's going to be transformed through the loss of this union. And again, that just clarifies the rebirth we have with the Judgment. We clarify the Seven of Wands. Oh, I don't want to do that. Pull from the top because I can see the bottom. Okay, Two of Wands. All right, so Two of Wands. I see. Is that up? Yeah, it's upright. Like you're looking for some results. You want to make your dreams come true. You got to take a scary step. Like you've got to move on. You have to go out in the world. Because the world is still ticking by. Okay. And there may be somebody out there who wants to be with you. And they're respecting you by not getting involved right now because they know something's going on with you. But the red here and the flowers signifies passion, and the white signifies innocence. So their passion for you is innocent, and they're just waiting for the right time. And also, this is you trying to decide between moving on or staying stuck. And you see that this wand, the moving on one, is free, and the one that's being stuck is bolted down. Okay. The Magician in reverse. Yeah, we don't like that one. This says somebody's manipulative. And I don't see that as you unless that's why the relationship ended. You were being manipulative of someone. Basically, it just talks about indecision and being stuck. There's no communication. And you're living on default. You're just kind of, so much has happened to you, you're living on default. And this says to fix it, you need to be intentional. Okay, so you're not being manipulative. Ooh, you know what I noticed? Because this is saying, make some moves and whatnot. Again, we have white flowers and red flowers. So there's some passion that's innocent. But see, the red can also be about love. And then the white, I think these are lilies, can be about death. So it's like a love has died in both cards. But since the Magician was in reverse, it could be that you're going to revive it. Just love, not love with that particular person. You're just going to revive your love. Maybe that person's out there waiting for you. And you probably already know them. If you do know them, maybe you will reconcile, because I did put these right next to each other. Let's clarify this very soon card. The Hermit in reverse. Okay. I wasn't really thinking about that. In reverse. Yeah, it just talks about hiding, concealing yourself, and you're off the path. And possibly very soon, you're going to need to seek out a mentor, some kind of counseling. And you're going to need to self-reflect. Try a little bit harder. And also this talks about loving yourself. You're not doing it, so very soon you need to start loving yourself. And clarify the 8 of Cups in reverse. Okay, yeah. 7 of Swords. Somebody snuck away in the middle of the night for some of you. That's exactly what the 8 of Cups stands for, as well as the 7 of Swords. You could have caught somebody being sneaky, and it ended because of that. Then again, just somebody leaving suddenly without you knowing could be a death. See if there's anything else about 7 of Swords. I mean, those just clarify each other, and that's what I asked for, so. But just be cautious because that is upright. So if somebody's coming in, just in case it's a new person, I don't think it is. Just be careful. But it's mostly just saying be changeable as well. Or this other person was too changeable. And you need to start communicating honestly with yourself. Okay. Hold up. I don't really know if this is in reverse or not, but that's just the way I ended up pulling it. Page of Swords, especially with the Magician, talks about problems. And we do have some sneakiness going on. Man, this is starting to turn into a little bit of a different reading. Basically, in reverse, talks about disappointment and trouble. So maybe not. Could be any love interests or manipulative, because we got the Magician and the Page of Swords. And, okay, yeah, if you've broken up and it's not a death, this says it's going to be very hard to salvage this relationship. Like, it would be very hard to reconcile. And if there is a chance at all, like, this says absolutely not. But if there is one, for a few of you out there, very, very slim chance, you have to wait for a very good time, like a way better time. But in reverse, this just said, you had an unforeseen event. You weren't prepared. You weren't expecting it. And it could have been about a Taurus or a Cancer. I did mention Taurus earlier without thinking about it, but that's Sagittarius. And then we had Cancer card in reverse, so it could have been Cancer. And again, it talks about a lack of communication. You didn't see something coming. And then again, it could be about hiding the truth, like the Hermit. You're kind of hiding the truth of how bad your situation is. Okay, hold up. It's in reverse again. Okay, so again, we have imbalance. If it's about law, you're getting a divorce, that type of thing, it's not going to go in your favor. And you got this harsh judgment. And I think it's funny we got judgment because, judgment and judgment. This is a harsh judgment, and this is an absolute. So it's an absolute harsh judgment, and you're having to deal with it. That's why you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It's just bad. And somebody's not accepting responsibility. Yeah, you feel like there's been an injustice. It's not fair. Like here, it's fair and balanced between intellect and emotion and intuition. Here, doesn't have a balance of those things. And again, you feel imbalanced too. And with Temperance, you could feel like it's unfair. Yeah, it's imbalanced. It's not fair. If somebody did leave in the middle of the night, that's still not fair either. Or if it's a death, it feels like it's not fair. But I just have to say, I'm a personal believer in that when it's your time, it's your time. Like, you're not going to die before your time. And even though it feels like it's not somebody's time, it is, or else God wouldn't let them die. Okay? And I know that sounds kind of harsh or terrible because you think God let them die. But I'm always comforted by the fact that God is God. He can do anything he wants, and who am I to say anything, He made me, he can take me. Okay, Knight of Swords in reverse. So this says, something happened really quickly. And if it is about, like, a bad person coming in, which we have, like, the Seven of Swords, Page of Swords, Magician, all those were, bad. Some of them were in reverse. And that's maybe why somebody broke up. It says, that's why they were just, like, a troublemaker. Then again, this talks about imbalance. Okay, but it can talk about lies. Somebody's really deceitful, and you're probably feeling confused. This warns against signing paperwork. Don't sign any just yet. Don't be foolhardy. Don't be impulsive. Don't be unwise. Okay. And there's also, it's like a lack of change. Again, a lack of change. You're stagnating. You're just kind of giving up, and you don't think you can go on, but you're struggling. I think you think you need to go on, but you're struggling to do it because this union was pretty much everything for you. They were your rock you depended on. They were stronger than you were. I mean, if they're a fire sign, which I'm thinking, ooh, I got chills. Which I'm thinking they were, because we have like 3 lions. We have like a bunch of wands. I'm thinking that this fire sign for you was someone you depended on. Yeah. Okay, Ten of Swords upright. It's just the ultimate rejection, the ultimate end. Can talk about a death. Okay. That wouldn't be you, okay? It would be this other person. Like, you feel like the universe just pulled the rug out from under you. On the less serious note, it's just a bad breakup. But your plans have been ruined. This ending is painful. You feel like a victim. You like the universe betrayed you, or this person betrayed you. Because this does talk a little bit about being betrayed. This too. So for those of you who just ended a relationship and not a marriage, as far as like death, I mean, marriages, here we have some divorce. So somebody could have been sneaky and ended the marriage, and you're dying pretty much, or you feel like you are, but you're not. You know, the darkness, it's going away. The light's coming in. And you're immobilized. You're stagnant. You don't think you're ready to get out of the situation yet. You kind of want to wallow in it a little more. I understand it, because you would think, you know, if I don't give this pain time, then it's like I'm saying that it's not a big deal, and it is. And I'll just let you know, I can tell it's a big deal, okay? I can see it. So that's your confirmation for you. It is a big deal. But you're going to need to move on to be happy, to have any kind of a semblance of life. So if you're looking for confirmation, you want people to know it's a big deal. You know, I see it's a big deal. Maybe like one final like speech or gesture to let people know that it's a big deal and it will always be a big deal. But then be strong, because your partner, if they've passed, they would want you to be strong. But just overall, the universe is telling you to be strong. They're telling you you're going to have to, you know, reconcile whatever this is with you, this injustice that you feel. You're going to have to reconcile and with yourself and move on. That's what they want for you. Okay. So somebody's died, or it's just a really bad end. Sorry, it's my belly. And you're not even taking other people's advice about what to do. You've chosen to refrain from it. You're arguing with them. Like, you're just saying, I'm not even talking about it. Okay. If people are trying to help you move on, you know, let them know how big of a deal this is to you. And then say, knowing how much of a big deal it is to me, what's your most, you know, compassionate advice for me? And then you can consider it, but you don't have to do it. Okay? Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, for some of you, this is about infidelity, and that's why a marriage or a relationship ended. Basically, you have no willpower, or it's fading. You know, you're struggling, but yeah. It just talks about endings. You really want to hear from somebody, but you're not. Yeah, that's what I see. It also talks about bad news. You're just confused too. You don't really know what to do. So let's get some do cards, because I think we have one or two. Like, take the scary step, love yourself, step up to the plate, be strong. And that could be the advice you're getting from other people, but that's what the universe is telling you. The universe pulled the rug out from under you just because that's fate, that's life. People move on and die, and we have to move on and then eventually die. Knight of Cups in reverse. I wasn't really expecting that, because it's a very romantic card. So this could just be saying that a romance has ended. a union has ended, and we know that. Basically, if you're trying to go out and date again, just hold off because you're not going to have any luck. Okay? Nobody's going to be serious about you because you're still dealing with these deep, deep feelings. And then again, it says if you've just broken up with a marriage or a relationship, not a death, that it was kind of like an aging relationship, and it went downhill because somebody wasn't being honest, and they could have been having an affair. So it says very soon, or very quickly, perhaps there was a separation. Twice I've seen the star card upright when I've been shuffling. So I'm going to close my eyes, but that just tells me that healing is coming. Okay, the cycle's going to be righted again. Hierophant. Okay, I see marriage and tradition. So this tells me it was about a marriage or a relationship that was like marriage. And that you're going to be compensated for what's happened. Okay, you're going to see mercy and goodness again. And you're going to be certain again. You're going to be balanced. And it also says this is a mentor. You're going to need a mentor to give you that order again for life. And you could be joining a group, like a church group. Okay, but you need some kind of resource to go to. This also here would be like the rock that you depend on. And since you need a rock again, you've lost a rock, you need another one. You're going to find one, but I think it's more of like an institution, a group that's going to help you out. Yeah, we got the Two of Swords. You're very indecisive about what to do. You don't want to see something. Yeah, you're refusing to see something. And somebody was disloyal, but now the truth's out. So you know. You're pretending the problem's going to go away, and it's not. And this also says, address the underlying issue and then conform to some kind of group. Okay, be decisive. Oh, there's the healing card again. Again, it just popped out. So yeah, you're going to get healing. It just might be a while. You're just still stuck in the past. You want to reunite with someone, a past lover, because you've had a lot of history together. And it could be some past memories are coming up that are confusing you, but you need to move on. The relationship won't be restored unless it's like in heaven. You're stuck in the past and you need to be realistic. Get some freedom, move on. You could have been naive for those of you who were unaware that you were being cheated. Star card again, you're going to get your healing. You're going to continue the cycle. This is great. You're going to end up all right. It's just going to take you a while. Okay, let's see if there's any action step. Moon in reverse, yeah. You're going to have to not go crazy, okay? Because you're unstable. You need to release the fear. Release your unhappiness. Again, it says you're unable to change and you need to move on. And there might be a message that comes to you in your dreams, okay? And again, this is a Pisces, so you got your card, but it's in reverse. You're not feeling like yourself. So you need to release this. Listen to your dreams. Don't be confused. Don't be silent. Let's talk about life and death. Something is death. Something's over. And for some of you, it could be deception as far as affairs go. Let's see if there's an action steps. Let's clarify an action step. Something you can do besides just, release this fear. Is there something that's like, no, go to the store and there you will be released from your sadness. I don't know. I'm looking for something more concrete. Because people can say, do this and that, and it's very abstract. You're like, well, what steps make me take that step then? I need the baby steps to the big step. Queen of Cups. Okay, so eventually you're going to master your emotions. Basically, this says you need to find a safe harbor or you're going to need to be a safe harbor for others. So help other people. That's what I'm seeing. When you're going to help other people, it's going to help you heal. You're going to empathize with people, and they might come to you for empathy. And you're going to show compassion and be calm. You need to be needed, and just be a good mother or a good wife. And see, for those of you who somebody was cheating you or betraying you, this says, with the Two of Cups, that you're very jealous. But you're not going to be over emotional. Okay, you're going to think with your heart, but you're balanced, and you're going to be admired. You're going to be practical. But yeah, just help other people, and it's going to help you. And people are going to come to you. Like, they see what you've gone through. Maybe they've gone through the same thing, and you're going to be that compassionate listening ear. You might become a rock for someone else. And it could be if you join a group of like-minded people, you're going to help each other. Yeah, so I would say join some kind of a group, some kind of a coping group. Like death of loved ones, or, infidelity. Because even if you haven't been married, you could still benefit from like an infidelity kind of group if you've been cheated. Ten of Wands in reverse. Usually this is somebody who, they were being sneaky and overburdened, but you're going to have to release this burden. Like, you're not being deceived anymore. So if you're not being deceived, you need to let go of the burden of having been deceived. And also, just let go of the burden in general. Because here you're carrying too much, you can't do it. This is saying let it go. That's your step. I know we talked about that. How do you let it go? Well, you're going to join some kind of a group. You're going to find another rock. Maybe you become somebody else's rock. You're going to step up to the plate. Take that scary leap of faith. Okay. And again, take the scary leap of faith. Take a chance. Make that choice. It's going to be all right. I think, like in your last reading, the title was, it's dark, but you'll survive. And that's what I'm seeing. Okay? I'm not saying you're going to thrive and not right away. I'm just saying you're going to survive. You're going to heal. You will move on. Even if you don't want to, even if that seems like an insult, you're going to be great again. Okay. That was your reading for March 2017. And my advice for you is to move on so you can be happy.